because this is where I belong. There's parking. I think this one might be a winner. Yes, we found a spot, baby. Oh my god, what a fucking rush. We're finally here. I have a parking spot. I love this song. Okay, just finished at the promenade or promenade. I don't know. Okay, it was fun. I'm so wrecked though. I'm so tired. I need to get a coffee. So I just Yelped per usual and found a coffee place called Alfred. And I think it's like famous, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go in there and chill out, go on my computer. It's about 3 o'clock and the traffic is so bad. Well, here's the deal. Right now I'm in Santa Monica and my hotel room is in Long Beach because that's where my mom's work is. At some point I need to somehow get there to Long Beach, but I just don't want to drive there right now. Like I never want to drive again, ever. Like I am so burnt out. Anyways, have to get out of this parking garage somehow and then go to that coffee shop, which I actually need to map. Okay, it looks like it's about 20 minutes away. Oh fuck. It looks like the coffee place, Alfred, that I want to go to is actually in the opposite direction. That's backtracking. So I obviously don't want to do that. So I need to find a new place really quick. If you watch my vlogs, you know that I'm a huge fan of Phil's Coffee. And they actually have a Phil's near here. So I think I might just go to Phil's. But I really should explore new cafes. Fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to Phil's. I feel comfortable there. I feel at home there.
Starting route to Phil's Coffee.
Oh my god. I just need to like sit in a cafe, drink a coffee, and just decompress. Is that even a word? Decompress? Why do I feel like that's not a word? I don't know, decompress. Finished at Phil's, I got in the car, and I was already kind of anxious, like super anxious, like I don't know, like just jazzed. And I was like shaking. That happens to me sometimes after I drink coffee, so like I'm not too shocked. So I start driving to Long Beach. It's about an hour and a half drive. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this right now. I put on my music and I'm just driving, and it was confusing. The directions, it was just like I was turning left, turning right, turning left, turning right like every 5 minutes, and I was just like very anxious. At this point, I'm not vlogging because I'm like, okay, I'm really anxious. I'm not gonna like vlog right now. About 20 minutes go by of me just like turning left, turning right, turning left, and then I finally get on the freeway, which I felt better about because I'm like, okay, that means I'm like gonna get here faster or whatever. But I was really anxious because I only had a quarter tank, and I was like, okay, that will definitely last me, but I'm not so sure. You know, I had to get to the hotel, and at this point it was like 7:30 or something, and so it was pitch black outside, which makes everything 10 times worse. But then the traffic got so thick that like I couldn't merge into like different lanes. That was when things kind of got bad because I ended up missing one of my exits. And at that point, I'm just fucking crying because I'm like, I want to go home. I just want to lay down in a fucking bed. So tired. I'm crying, of course, because I'm dramatic. So imagine, I don't even know where I was. In order to get back on the freeway, I had to drive through 5 miles of just back streets. It was bad. Okay, there were like people like strung out on drugs, like running through the street. Like I'm not exaggerating, like just running back and forth in the street, like fighting, and like I was so scared that they were gonna try to like, I don't know, do something to me. So after 5 miles of driving through that, I finally get back on the freeway. Yes, and I drive on the freeway for a little bit. Everything goes well, and guess what? Guess who misses their exit again? Me. I start bawling again. I'm crying. This time I'm also in a sketchy area, so I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm driving through this area, and it's just a bunch of strip clubs on both sides of me, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then I almost got hit by a truck while I was trying to go, okay, whatever, but that's not important. Being in a new area when you're 16 is fucking scary, and so I was just really feeling the heat. Toward the end, like the last 15 minutes of my driving journey were the absolute worst. I was a mess, okay? I was all over the fucking place. I was missing every turn, every exit, I swear to God, and it was just rerouting me. At one point I had to go over a bridge. I hate driving over bridges. It was so high off the water. I don't know, I'm not afraid of heights, but like driving over heights freaks me the fuck out. You know, it would say 8 minutes, and then I'd miss a turn, and it would turn to 10 minutes, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to get there. My gas light turns on, basically saying that I'm like running out of gas. I didn't know how many miles left I had in my tank. To me, I thought I had maybe 3 miles left in my tank. My car doesn't tell me. It just has like a, I don't know, this sort of thing. When the gas light turns on, it says you need to fill up. I didn't know if that meant I was completely empty. I didn't know if that meant that I had like 20 miles left. So I was freaking the fuck out, and I kept passing these like gas stations, and I'm like, nope, can't go in there. I will get killed. At this point, I gave no fucks, and I was just like driving like an idiot, to be completely honest. I wasn't like doing anything that was like dangerous. Like I wasn't doing anything that could even cause an accident, but I was just doing things that were really not the best, okay? Like having to switch into a lane really quickly and stuff like that, which people obviously don't like, but that was like what I had to do because Siri would reroute me, and she'd be like, okay, get in the left lane, and I'd be you know what I mean? There was one intersection I was sitting at and the guy was sitting right here and I was sitting like right back here. Like I didn't pull up all the way because I could have pulled up all the way, but I was like back here because he was so mad at me for accidentally kind of cutting him off. And he was like trying to scream at me through the car, but I just like wouldn't pull up next to him because I knew that if I pulled up next to him, he would just fucking freak me out. On top of it, I was already crying and I didn't want that bitch ass to think that I was like crying because he scared me. I didn't want him to have that satisfaction, so I didn't want him to know I was crying. Finally, I pull up to the front of the hotel and my mom's standing out in front because apparently I think my dad texted my mom and was like, okay, you need to kind of like help her, okay? She's a mess. We went and got gas. We came back to the room. I got room service. I got a hummus platter. It was pretty good. You know, I'm a sucker for hummus. A lot of people don't like it, but I think it's fucking awesome. And then I went to bed. Fast forward to this morning, I set an alarm for 9 o'clock and I turned it off and then woke up at 1 p.m. I have never done that before. I've never slept until 1 p.m. But I only slept for 3 hours yesterday, so it kind of makes sense. So that was about it for this trip. It was insane. I wouldn't say I necessarily did it the best way I could have. You know, I probably should have eaten, probably shouldn't have had as many coffees, probably should have filled up my gas tank before I tried to go from Santa Monica to Long Beach. But either way, I made it, I survived. So that was it. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you at least had a little bit of fun. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below anything you want. I love you all, appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time.